Here we go, another new Blu-ray update, and this one's a biggie. Something's actually falling off. What is this fucking thing? Useless. I have one digital copy code to give away right now. The thing is, with a lot of my Blu-ray updates lately, I'm going to be giving a lot more digital copies away because most of the movies I get, it's like, I don't need it. There's a few that's like, God forbid, I need a copy of it to watch on my laptop or iPhone or whatever. I'll keep some of them, but most of these digital copies, eventually I'll do a video actually. I'll go through all my Blu-rays, find all the digital copies I don't want, and just give them away. So, one day that will happen. I need a table or something. What the fuck? So the first one, Wonder Woman, the animated film. I got the digital copy right here. Let's just get it out of the way right now. Got it? Enjoy. So I technically gave it away. The first one, Wonder Woman, the DC animated film. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Who plays Wonder Woman in this? Kerry Russell. I'm excited to watch it. You know, we got Wonder Woman's gonna be in a movie soon, a live action movie. It's finally happened, and it's Gal Gadot. For better or worse, we're getting Wonder Woman. So, like in anticipation, I gotta see what's up with Wonder Woman. I've heard good things about this. I'm excited to watch it. I just wish I'd watched it so I could talk about it right now. Next up, an anime classic, I guess. This is gonna be adapted into a Scarlett Johansson movie, Ghost in the Shell. I have to check. Look at that. I gotta watch it. I gotta see what's up. And another one is Studio Ghibli. Like, do they just make all the, like, critically acclaimed anime? Is that like Miyazaki? Well, apparently not this one. But this one, Chloe Grace Moretz. That was kind of the selling point. I'm like, an anime, Chloe Grace Moretz, good. Disney's The Princess and the Frog. I remember, I saw this once. It was a long time ago, right around when it came out on DVD or whatever, and I saw it. And I was like, yeah, that was a pretty solid film. And this came out in a time when Disney, now it's all CG, and they went back to classic hand-drawn animation for this movie. I'm like, yes, well, technically, Disney was still doing that, because, I mean, they did Lilo and Stitch. Whatever. This is like the last hand-drawn animation, whatever. No, they did Lilo and Stitch, and then they started doing some shit like Meet the Robinsons and Chicken Little and shit like that. Then they did this, and then they went and did Tangled, and everyone loved them. But this is underrated. This is a very good movie. Really enjoyable, interesting story. It's got a few wacky-ass parts, but it's good. Check it out. Princess and the Frog. Come on. Next up, The Guest. This is one of my favorite movies of 2014. I fucking love this movie. I didn't know what this movie was, which is the best way to watch it. All I knew is it's called The Guest. He's got a gun, and it's a thriller. This movie, like the John Carpenter synth score in it, Dan Stevens, he's the man in this movie. How do you pronounce it? Maika Monroe. She's in that It Follows movie that just came out. I need to fucking see that. I can't rent it on YouTube yet, I don't think. I need to see that though. Kingsman, The Secret Service. Manners maketh man. This movie, I never got a chance to review it. I saw it in theaters, but I never got around to reviewing it because I procrastinated like a douchebag. This movie is fucking awesome. This is R-rated James Bond in the style of Kick-Ass, basically. Matthew Vaughn is the king, okay? This movie is amazing. Amazing. I had to say it like that because that's the only way to describe it. It's so good. Taron Egerton, fantastic. Colin Firth, Samuel Jackson. Like, this movie's fantastic. Because it's a James Bond movie in the style of Kick-Ass where you can do shit that's very Bond-like that Bond never had the balls to do. Like, I'll shave your money penny, but you gotta give up the anal. Like, something like that. Fucking love this movie so much. The Babadook. This movie scared the shit out of me. This movie, so good. This is like an Australian independent film. Essie Davis, right? Yeah, Essie Davis. Fantastic performance. Jennifer Kent, fantastic direction. I believe she wrote it too. Great suspenseful psychological horror. So good, so effective, terrifying. No horror cliches at all. See The Babadook now. I saw it a while ago. That's another one I want to review. Never got around to it. But it's intense. That movie's Superman the movie. Believe it or not, I've never seen this all the way through. I've I've seen bits and pieces of Superman 2. And even then, Superman 2, I want to buy it on Amazon, and they only have the Richard Donner cut, which is actually kind of disappointing, because the Richard Lester cut, because that's a weird-ass thing, too, because Richard Donner was making it, and then they replaced him and all this, and that's a weird thing. But you can only buy the Richard Donner version, which is sort of a slightly sloppily put-together version using cutscenes and this and that. It doesn't seem as good. Can't they sell the original version, too? But this, I don't think I've seen a scene or two. I look forward to actually rewatching this. Of course, it's a little bit cheesy with the flying effects and stuff. It was made in like, what was it, 78? But it's still a classic for a reason. This movie is pretty fantastic in a lot of ways, I've heard. I still gotta see it. I know a few things about it though. Gene Hackman. That's the only problem with that movie really, is like, both Superman 1 and 2 is just, Lex Luthor's like, I've got a real estate scheme, Superman, and that's it. Why did I make him sound like that? Oh, it's 1920, she, Superman, she. But then, what was it, number 4? Fucking Nuclear Man. Next up, because it'd be impossible for me to do a video, or at least every 5 videos without mentioning it. Batman, more Batman, this time Batman Beyond Return of the Joker. This movie's fucked up a little bit, because it's fantastic. It's a very good animated film. Mark Hamill's Joker gets to return. There's some actually intense violence in it, actually, the way some crazy stuff happens too. Man, it's actually intense a couple times. But it's a very good movie. Now I just gotta get like Mask of the Phantasm and what are the other like animated Batman films from the animated universe? Sub-Zero? I wonder if that's on Blu-ray yet. Hello, I'm Alfred Hitchcock. This is my side view. Except it's not in shadow, so it doesn't work. But yeah, Alfred Hitchcock Essentials Collection. What do we got in here? We got Rear Window, Vertigo, North by Northwest, Psycho, and The Birds. Damn, son. Yeah. That was a little bit creepy. The main reason I want to buy this is like, I gotta get Psycho. But the rest of these I'm very excited to watch too. Psycho is a classic, okay? But Rear Window, I'm very excited to see Rear Window. I'm very excited to see The Birds. And the other two, yeah. But I had a piece of paper. It came with a flyer about other Hitchcock movies. Where is it? I can't find it. But there's other Hitchcock movies I want to buy. Like there's one with Sean Connery. I'll slap that bitch. But one I really like, one of my favorite Hitchcock movies of the few I've seen, Rope. That's like Birdman way before Birdman. Is essentially a murder mystery. Like these guys kill a dude and then try hide it by throwing a party to see if they can get away with it with having a body in the room. And it consists of like 8 shots. And it's a very obvious trick. They just push the camera to someone's back like, oh, the camera's falling, they stop for a second so the camera kind of smushes into their back and goes black and it pulls out again. And that's it. They had like 8 shots. It is amazing. It was less flashy than Birdman, which makes it more impressive, I guess. It was great though. Rope is a fantastic movie. I think Jimmy Stewart's in it. Jimmy Stewart. Next up, Batman, Assault on Arkham. Set in the Arkham video game universe. I think this would probably... I didn't look it up, but I would assume this takes place before Asylum. Judging by a few events, I think it takes place before Asylum. And if it took place after Asylum, it's definitely before City. But the thing about this, to call it Batman Assault on Arkham would be a little bit of a misleading, because it should be called Suicide Squad Assault on Arkham, featuring Batman, because Batman comes into it here and there, but it's actually like, for the longest time, it's a Suicide Squad movie. And with the fact that the new trailer's out and all that, and the movie's coming soon, I didn't know. I was just pleasantly surprised. I fucking am excited for the Suicide Squad movie, because this was so entertaining to see. You're rooting for the bad guys. It's a movie about the villains. And the team, you know, we got a couple members that are going to return. Captain Boomerang, Harley Quinn, Deadshot. But then we had the Black Spider and King Shark. And King Shark is essentially Killer Croc, but a little bit more comedic. This was really entertaining though. Good art. Batman, Kevin Conroy. There's a surprise or two, a cameo or two you might be excited about. But yeah, Kevin Conroy's Batman. Sold. This is a very good movie. Really good. One of the better Batman animated films, even though it's technically a Suicide Squad one. Next up, Tom Cruise Risky Business. Tom Cruise runs a whorehouse in his house. Okay. And last up, we're gonna finish, well, technically 3, but 2 gangster things in a row. This one, a gangster film trilogy. You may have heard of it. The Godfather, the Coppola restoration. Godfather movies in as crisp HD as you will see them. And guess who's only gonna watch 2 of them? You got that right, folks. Fuck the third one. And not to say the third one is completely god-awful, but it just meanders and boring, and Sofia Coppola wasn't that good an actress, and Andy Garcia bites a dude's ear off and all this stuff. Al Pacino, I think I'm out. They pull me back in. I watched the first 2, and the first 2 I'm not an overblown giant fan of either. I think sometimes I get a little bit bored watching them, but overall, classic fucking movies. But the third one just, God, what a miscalculation. Really, they messed that up in so many ways. I'll probably review them one day just to talk about how bad the third is. I'm going to skip over one of the gangster movies. I'll talk about that last. But next up, X-Men The Rogue Cut. X-Men Days of Future Past. And from what I understand, includes the theatrical version and unrated version. I got to grab my other X-Men Days of Future Past because I think this one also came with the unrated thing. Maybe not. But I already got the original theatrical version of that, and now I guess this Rogue Cut comes with the theatrical and unrated. The Rogue Cut is the unrated version that also has all the... Now, is it unrated for violence, or is it just we put Rogue back in? But it's an entirely a new cut of the film, plus 90 minutes and never be... whatever. I'm interested to watch this to see how it stacks up to Days of Future Past, because Days of Future Past is in fact my favorite X-Men film. So if the Rogue Cut's better, I will be very happy with that. If it's, I just don't want it to be like, yeah, it's the same movie, and then there's all these tacked on scenes with Rogue being like, and touching stuff. I don't know. And finally, Goodfellas. What do you think? What do you think? I'm a clown? You think I'm funny? I amuse you? I'm a fucking clown? Yeah, Goodfellas 25th anniversary collection or whatever. What's in here? So I got a book. Little book. And a note from Martin Scorsese himself. Hey, that's Marty Scorsese. I just want you to know, I love the movie. See that window up there? That's my wife. But you know what? That's not my apartment. I'm gonna kill it with a gun. You ever seen what it does to a woman's pussy? Or whatever he says in Taxi Driver. Yeah, we got the movie on Blu-ray. And I have the other version, like the just... Well, it's technically not generic. It's like the best of Warner Brothers. But it... Goodfellas has a sort of generic Blu-ray. So I was like, I gotta get this one. It just looks better. Has a nice case and all that. Probably chock full of bonus scenes and this and that. Sleek. Nice box. It reminds me a lot of the Taxi Driver Blu-ray that I have. But yeah, Martin Scorsese... Is Goodfellas his best film ever? That's debatable. And for the longest time I've always said Casino's better than Goodfellas. You got Sharon Stone and Go-Go Boots. James Woods. Joe Pesci just at his best. You motherfucker. You motherfucker, fuck me over. I'll crack your head open, go to jail, and when you come out of your coma, I'll be getting out of jail and I'll crack your fucking head open again. Like, I love Casino a lot, but Goodfellas is definitely a better movie. Okay, if you watch them back to back, Goodfellas is actually better, and it's shorter too. Casino is like 3 hours. And it is the classic, you know, it's either Godfather or Goodfellas. One of them is the classic gangster movie, depending on your taste. I would go with Goodfellas. A lot more entertaining, a lot more Rolling Stones music. But you know, for like favorite Scorsese movie, I could still say Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, The Departed, Wolf of Wall Street. He's got a lot of... fuck, I should talk about all his movies, maybe. I just did a top 10 Stallone. I might have to do top 10 Scorsese or something. He's a fucking master. But Goodfellas, I want to watch this again. I really do. Just because I got the new thing, I want to watch it. I want to watch all these fucking movies, actually. That's why I buy them. See, that's all the new Blu-rays I got. There's a lot of them. A crap load of them. So yeah, tell me you thought all the Blu-rays, and I hope one of you enjoys that Wonder Woman thing. You know what, I'll do some right now, because this X-Men Rogue Cut does come with digital copy. Not that I really want it, but the original one also has digital copy. One of you guys is going to get it right now. I'm a generous man. I know. Tell me all about it. I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, X-Men Days of Future Past. Ready? Oh look, Caesar's on the back. Hey, get back here. Caesar's on the back. But I'm going to give you guys the code, and I hope you guys enjoy that too. Actually, it makes me happy when I hear, like, someone the other day commented, like, I got the code for whatever movie it was I was giving away. And that makes me happy to be able to help someone. You got a fucking free movie. Glad to give it away because, you know, I'm not going to use these digital copies, like 90% of them. So to know that someone else is getting them and enjoying it, that makes me happy. Got it? This is a long fucking code. Got it, gone. Enjoy.